here what we're going to do is, what's wrong with the image up here? Initialize variable. This dot h equals image dot get height, and then this dot pixels equals new integer array width times height, and then finally what we're going to do is image dot set set RGB. Start X is obviously 0, start Y is 0, the width and the height are W and H respectively. Pixels is our array that we're going to put it into, offset is 0, and our scan size is width. This means basically all it's going to do is load the image here, or check if it can load the image, and if it can load it, check that it actually loaded something, and then set my width, height and pixels array included with the information about the image. Next what I'm going to do is just create a quick render function, and this is pretty much the same as the render function that we have in the game thing. Well, for the actual outline it is anyway. When we're actually coming into the render function, what I'm going to do is we're going to create two variables now, and so the first thing I'm going to do here though is create a S height. So obviously S width refers to the screen width. S height, to get the height, all you do is the target dot length and divide it by the S width. So obviously this gets the width times the height, divides it by the width, and you're left with the height. It's quite simple. Copy the X value here. Y, S height, and set that to Y. So this is now going to loop through every pixel this image has to offer. Check to see that the new variable, so this is going to be x plus y times s width. Check to see that that is less than, for 1 it's greater than 0, and check to see that it is also less than the length of target. Now we are going to improve this at some point, and I'll show you that probably in the next time I do a video like this, but for now that will do. It won't be really too bad. I can show you what it does how it causes a problem if that happens, but I'll show you that in a moment. Target dot, not target dot, just target with a bracket there. The same bit of code we had a minute ago, x plus y times s width. And here what you're going to do is equal pixels, x plus y times this dot w. So now what that is going to do in here, rather than drawing this in the pink like we can put img.render, and quite simply, if I can spell correctly, that is, I haven't even spelled s width properly in that bit, or in this bit I'm assuming, because yeah, I did copy it straight over from here, didn't I? S width. Now when I render that, oh, we failed. Why did we fail? Let's have a look why we failed. And you can see at the bottom, array index out of bounds, and it is here somewhere. So x equals 0, y equals 320. So y, so this pixels, goes up to 102399, and obviously we're trying to do 320 times by 8 times by 320. Why does w equal 320? Oh, because it's the width of the so our y variable there. That's like 600. Oh, that's so wrong. Sorry, I'm dozing off, I think. In here, we're not setting this to equal screen width and screen height because we're looping in the image, so we want to set it to be the image width and the image height. What? Hello? Right, that's clearly wrong. Times s width equals less than target list. So what we're doing here is we loop for x and y. When we run render, we're looping for x and y like so, by this height, this width and this height. it should just draw onto the screen. Has it loaded the file correctly? It must have. Now there's no code really here that should be telling it to do that. Is it because of that? Am I doing that wrong? Yeah, that's what I was doing wrong. I don't know why this is flashing black to white again and again though. Really, why are you flashing black to white all the time? I don't know what's causing that. I probably should know what was causing that. Because of that. I don't think it should. Okay, apparently it was. Buffer strategy. Change the buffer strategy to 2 there. And apparently it seemed to sort it, although my frame rate is now going down. So let's see what happens if I change that to 4. Oh, that still flashes 14. That's just going to go so badly, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it might. Yeah, it would appear it doesn't like 3, so 2 seems to work. But yeah, you can see now we're drawing images on the screen as well. What I can do in here is just set int XO, int YO. Make 2 variables here, so X0 and Y0. Here, X0 equals XO plus X. I'll show you quickly now actually how we limit. So check to see if it's on the screen or not, as opposed to if it's on the screen as a whole. So whether it's off the side of the screen or it's in the whole shot or not. What we do is we test to see if XO here is less than 0. Now, what happens if XO is less than 0 is it means that this loop, the X value, which is obviously how far left and right it is, it means that that value is too far to the left of the screen, which means every X value along that road is going to be too far to the left of that screen. So what we're going to do is continue. This means it will skip this X loop completely and scan round to the next one. Obviously the next X value, if that's on the screen, wicked. If not, then it's just going to ignore that as well and come around again and again until we're actually on the screen. Next we're going to check to see if X0 is greater than or equal to S width. Now this time it's different because now we're checking to see if it's on the screen or if it's too far to the right. I did just hit the right, my apologies. Or if it's too far to the right. If it's too far to the right, every X pixel after that is going to be too far to the right. So for example, if it's 200, and that's too far to the right, then 201 is going to be too far to the right, 202, 203, and so on. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put a break. This means it will stop that loop altogether and just carry on to the next thing, which is obviously just finishing the function. Okay? We're then going to copy and paste that over into the Y part as well. Change the X's to say Y, because all we're going to do is we're going to test exactly the same thing on the Y value. And here what we do is greater than or equal to S high instead. So here if Y0 is less than 0, it means that that value is too high up. And so we're going to continue that loop because there's no point continuing with that loop. So we're going to go to the next version of that loop because none of them Y values are going to be low enough. Again, if that Y value is greater than, so if now we're off the bottom of the screen, because we're drawing, from the top to the bottom. So if we're now off the bottom of the screen, every value below that is still going to be off the screen to the bottom. So we're going to break that variable and go to the next X, and it's going to start back up at the top of the screen. And then what we're going to do here, instead of drawing this on XY, we're going to put X0 and Y0. Okay? And apparently we have a problem here. Let's see where. Oh, it's because of that bracket. Okay. And then when we go back into game, what I can now do is set this to be 100, 100. And whereas before we was drawing in the top left of the screen, now we can draw anywhere on this screen. And if I show you, so if I if I add screen capture just to this and position it down there. So that in the bottom left is the screen that we are showing. And as you'll see now, if I change this to the 50 instead, it moves to the X. Obviously it will leave bits where it has been. That's just because obviously we're not rendering anything behind it, so that is transparent, so it won't redraw that part. But I can also set this to 500. And as you can see, if I set this now to 600, you'll see it's just drawing off the screen. It's not causing an error, it's not jumping down to the next line or anything like that. It's literally just drawing it off the screen as it needs to. And yeah, so that is our basic image class and our basic rendering function here. So we're going to do so much more to these image classes, including rotations and stuff like that, complete overhaul colours, and then also developing it into sprites, because obviously what we're going to want is this tile to be a sprite, and then move that sprite into a tile and store that as a tile, and then break that down a bit more. But for now, I'm going to call it there for the coding. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please go to my YouTube, which you can see on the screen, just about there-ish. Yeah, about there. Go follow me on Twitter, up there as well. Check out my website, just here, fordfilms.com. And obviously this is being hosted on twitch.tv/Talflame. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!